Welcome, everyone. We welcome to Ugna and Nancy's interviews of WBII members. Today, we are very fortunate to have Deborah Valentine joining us. She has been a longtime member of WBII, I think since the beginning. And, and she's the director of Access. She's very involved in the community and in expat life. And we're hoping that you will just tell us a little bit about yourself to start off.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be able to join you today. I am originally Canadian, arrived here on the arm of a person I was married to. I'm no longer married to that person, but I'm still here. And I'm now Dutch as well as Canadian. But I have lived overseas most of my life. So the first 40 years of my life, I relocated every 4 years. 2 children, 2 different continents. So I have experienced that international lifestyle that I'm now heavily involved in because of the role I play at Access. So that's, and I have been a member of the WBII basically since day one, together with Teresa, I think. We're the oldest members.
How long is that?
Longest members. Oh, don't ask me the math. I think WBII is about 15, 17 years.
Wow.
So a while.
Yes.
A while.
It's interesting how your personal story connects to what you're doing now with Access, Deborah. Do you want to?
Interesting and a curiosity. I ended up as the director of Access a little bit accidentally and by mistake. But then I've now been there 12 and a half years. And I realized that it was kind of a role made for me, because every single life experience that I've had, I've been able to put in it. And yeah, I get a lot of satisfaction from it as well. And I see people grow and flourish, and that's what we want them to do. We want people to arrive and settle well in the Netherlands and not be overcome by all the changes that they have to deal with as they maneuver their way through healthcare, banking, transportation, licenses, all the headaches that can make a arrival in a new country such a painful experience. So I'm in the right place.
Right.
And definitely.
So can we just ask more about whom you're helping via the Access? I mean, I don't think there's probably a narrow audience.
No, there's not a narrow
to
audience.
Understand what you're
so very
doing.
briefly, and we don't filter. What Access provides are answers to questions, and we do that to the community. It's free of charge. There's many questions on the website, but there's a team behind the desk answering the personal questions that the general questions may not respond for them. And first of all, the newly arrived, the ones who've just relocated or are planning on relocating to the Netherlands, but also even people who've been here for a little while, but they arrived as a student, started working, got married, and then had a baby. And so, having a baby is not something they're used to. In their home countries, they would know who to go to or what to do. And here they don't, or starting a new school, So even though people may have been here for a while, they also come to us, and we're also able to help them. So you're right, there is no one community. We answer about 20,000 questions a year through our help desk and through the teams that we have in Amsterdam, Utrecht, and Amstelveen, and The Hague, of course, the Hague International Center. So we're kept busy. There's enough people who find us, often enough.
What's one of the sort of main things that they come for?
Over the years, it changes. Unsurprisingly, in the last 2 or 3 years, housing has been a huge issue. The lack of housing, affordable housing, especially for the starters and the young students staying longer. Affordable housing is an issue. And what we do notice is the accompanying partners looking for jobs, looking for work, or starting a business, or, what am I going to do now that whoever is working and the kids are at school if they have kids? Now what? So we get a lot of questions about starting your own business or looking for a job, or what you have to do to access the local job market. Yeah, those are pretty three. And a new issue coming up is finding doctors. So that's a new challenge because there's a shortage on housing, which we're all familiar with, but there's a growing problem with finding a house arts. There's more and more that don't have space, so people can't register, and we're all busy looking for the answers to that question. So that's a bit of a serious one.
Okay.
Not all serious, but that one is as well.
So Access then is a non-profit organization, as we understood, and you work with volunteers, but may probably also with companies to help you sort some of these issues.
Yeah. Well, so our volunteers do they run the organization, they answer the phones, they do the website, they recruit, so they run the organization. And of course, the funding that we need to run the organization comes from the partnerships we have with businesses and with larger employers. So we have a patron program for employers who are bringing in international staff, and we can provide their staff, but more importantly, the accompanying partner and spouse with a variety of online courses or workshops on raising multilingual children. How does the tax system work in the country? How does the healthcare system work? So introductory sessions. But we also, a lot of businesses who want to actually reach internationals can use us as a platform to do so. And we have a trainers network, so a network of usually sole entrepreneurs offering a variety of services which are, particular to individuals. And they use us as a platform to reach them and to network amongst themselves. So our trainers network, we have about 20, several of them are also members of the WBII. And besides the profiling they get on our website, they can also network with one another. And you hear of people coming together and offering a course together, or networking their resources and knowledge, or sharing work that's coming up. So there's opportunities that way. And of course, everybody comes to me because I have a lot of knowledge, but I don't have all the answers, but I kind of know where to point people to. So I guess in terms of the WBII, if you're a business that needs or is looking for clients in the international community, and you're not quite sure where to start, how to start, who to go to, I can certainly help with the years I've been here and the knowledge that I'm gaining through the contacts we have at Access. It would certainly I'd be happy to talk to anybody who wants to brainstorm about that. And we also have a counseling network. So counselors who want to be part of our counseling network and help with the on-call system that we've got. We've also got opportunities for that as well.
Do you have a lot of people at WBII coming to you and wanting to join that?
We've had a few over the course of the year. Some have come and some have gone. We do realize that it's not the ideal network for everybody. You have to know where your business is and what you want to do. And we have some who've been members for years. Teresa Moynihan has been a member for years. It's a great way of supporting a local nonprofit organization. Excuse the cat.
Hi, Cheddar.
There's been back and forth. And I think part of that comes because I'm there as well, right? So I'm the natural link, and people go, oh, let me find out what that is. And our trainers help us then reach the companies, so the courses that we offer online to our patron programs, to the international employers, those presentations are all done from within our network. Every now and then I go to a service provider to do a presentation, but many of it is from within the family, because we do honestly believe it's just about sharing and supporting one another. The volunteering is to get people out of the house, grow your network, do something that's in your agenda. It has nothing to do with anybody else, only you. And that in itself is a huge motivation for your own mental well-being. And then while you're there, you meet a trainer or you meet a business partner. And so we do try and foment that community relationship. COVID has given us a few additional challenges, but we're still trying.
So you would recommend being a volunteer?
I would recommend it. And certainly if anybody has clients who are, having trouble settling, I'm very much somebody who says, you can't look for a job 24 hours a day. And you shouldn't. It's not good for your mental well-being. And you want to get out of the house, put something in your agenda, meet other people, go and have coffee with somebody, go for a walk, It's just having that network is also very beneficial to finding a job. You know, they say that 70% of the labor market is actually hidden in the networks we have. So if you're not networking and if you're not getting out, then you're not accessing that. And I'm also very strong on ensuring that people don't put on their LinkedIn profiles volunteering with Access. We can give everybody a title. When
Nice.
you're interviewing, they might know you're volunteering. Okay, you can discuss that at the interview, but you're still an information officer or the finance department, or you're in public relations, or you worked on the website. So when I joined, a lot of people said volunteering for Access on their LinkedIn, and I don't think anybody does that anymore, because it is what we were very professional about the whole process, because that's what we owe the people who are giving of their time and knowledge to us.
How many volunteers do you have?
We have about across the country, probably about 120 at the moment. Everybody has to work between 6 and 8 hours a week. Of course, if you're gone for 3 months, that's fine, but you just have to share that ahead of time so that we can plan. Yeah, so it's a big and varied team. So we have really delicious potluck lunches.
Nice.
From people all over the world, yeah.
All over the world.
Usually in our interview, we ask, what is the impact that you bring to your clients or to people who come in contact with your business in this case? I think in your case, it's pretty, it's big and we can do it. And as an expat, I think there's no one in our audience that wouldn't say, wow, okay, and I understand what's about, I understand the impact it can bring. So this time I'd like to turn the question around and ask you, is there a way that we as WBII community or someone watching this video could actually go the other way around and then make an impact for Access? Is there a way to help or to support?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first and most important way of having an impact is listening to our message. So if you talk to somebody who's not adjusting or settling, share our message, share that message. You know, this is an opportunity. It is difficult, but we'll help you through it. And there's a community behind you. You're not alone. And I think all of us as individuals can do that in our communities and in our networks. But in terms of, yeah, we are a nonprofit. So I do spend, you know, a fair amount of my time also looking for and ensuring we have enough funding to cover the resources that we do pay for. So yeah, I think if people run into other businesses who are looking for expat, although we don't like to use that word too much, we prefer the word international clients, then we are one way of reaching them. We are not a marketing agency. I'll be very, you know, don't call me and ask me for clicks and views and this, that, the other. I can't do that. We work with others who do, and I highly recommend them. But we do have a tremendous reach. You know, our magazine goes to every new arrival in Amsterdam. Now, that alone is like 10,000 per year. They're not all staying, thank God, because there's not enough housing. But and we're not quite sure how many are leaving, but still. So we do have that reach. We have the reach without the data and the background and the metrics behind it. But our website does get 40,000 unique visitors per month. You know, our social media is actively followed. And so you do have visibility. You will be seen. And you will be supporting a local nonprofit organization. So it does also fit into some companies' CSR policies to be able to support a local nonprofit. And we have several partners who do that. You know, they just sign the check and renew it every year, because for them, you know, the 1,500, 2,000 euros is a way of just giving back to the community. And those are our ideal, to be honest, those are our ideal clients, the ones who just understand it's minimal for me and it makes a huge difference for them. So yeah, so just remind people that besides the services we provide, we also need services ourselves. Money.
Yep.
It's not a service, it's a concrete item.
Right.
Yeah, so that's who we are and what we do. And yeah, anybody in the community, I'm usually around. I'll be there this evening. I think we're speaking, it's Thursday today, and we have a networking event this evening, so happy to connect and help and see how I can put people together.
And I have to say, Deborah knows so many people in this community. Really, she's well connected.
Sometimes
So
I have to
it's
sit and wait a while and remember the name, but you know, that's age.
okay, but you can connect people really well, and that's
And
really
I enjoy doing that.
appreciated.
Thank you. I enjoy doing it as well, which is good.
Really great. It was lovely having you today here. And again, yeah, for anyone watching, reach out, see if there's opportunity to help or to receive help, both
Yep.
ends.
Both ends.
Very reciprocal way of giving and taking. So yeah, good luck going further.
Thank you.
Mission.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've worked anywhere this long, lived anywhere this long. It's also here, but still consider myself an international citizen, a global citizen, as they say.
It always stays. Once you leave home, you even if you
Can't
come
drop
back,
it, right?
you're still
No.
international. No way back.
No way back at all, at all. Well, thank you very much, girls, ladies.
Thank
And
you.
I will see members, and I'll see you probably this evening.
Great.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
very much. Bye.
Great.